Hang on. As you can see, Audrey, get back in here. Oh.
She's camera shy like you.
Wait a second. I can stay sideways on live, can't I?
No.
It says you.
It doesn't like that. It'll tell you it doesn't.
But we can't. Okay. So for whatever reason, I'm required to stay. Okay, I am forced to go Facebook Live vertically. I actually would rather do it horizontally. So today we have in here, we have Tim, who is the owner of, now we started building your, what do we want to call this 1931?
What do you mean call it? Like a name?
Yeah, well, no, what type of vehicle do you want to call it
I would say semi-period correct hot rod.
Okay. So we've got Tim here and Jay. Now you are cousin, nephew? Cousin. Okay, cousin Jay. So Tim contacted me, it's been what, a year and a half, 2 years ago, roughly?
Yeah.
Okay. So he contacted me the better part of 2 years ago and asked me to build him a thing. And you'll understand what I mean by that in a few minutes. But, all right, so I'm going to go to Tim. Now, Tim, what did I say to you when you sort of sent me pictures and asked me to build you this thing?
You said you loved it.
No, fuck you. I did not ever say that. What did I say?
You said, are you sure you want to do this? Yep. Are you sure you want to do this? About 5-6 times at least.
Because when you build a custom, and can we agree that what we've built is completely custom?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. What you brought me was an engine and a cockpit, and you said, create something out of this. Yep. And quite honestly, what we started with, it's actually almost hard to remember what little there was, because what we started with was a tub that had 2 doors on it, an engine, and a chassis, of which we actually threw away about half the chassis.
And a box.
Yeah. So there was some parts, but like the box had to be cut, we had to widen it, we had to shorten it, we had to build you a new tailgate, we had to do quite a few mods to everything to make this into a vehicle. And so for me, what was the concern was that we weren't going to end up with anything that was going to be super comfortable to drive. It wasn't going to be ultra modern. I mean, this is a hot rod based on, the concept was, once I started learning who Tim was, if we came back from World War II, it's 1946, and we have survived World War II, and it's time to build a hot rod out of the coolest stuff you could build a car with in 1946, what would it look like? And that's the truck that we built. Mm-hmm. So would you?
I could actually, if you really want to know the truth, I would consider it more. You're exactly right on that of what they would build. But if you look at it, I think it's like a Duesenberg pickup.
Accord, a Duesenberg. It's got
exactly.
that magnificent straight 8 hanging out front with all the pipes.
Yep.
So it's really, well, folks, we will let you decide on whether you love it or not. At first, the project scared the hell out of me. What did make this project fun to do was actually Tim. At no point did he get pissed off. He was actually one of our best customers we've ever had. He worked with us really well. We would throw crazy ass ideas at him, and for the most part he'd go, yeah, I love it, let's do it. So it was actually a lot of fun doing this build, and rarely are customs fun because you never quite hit what people want when they ask for a custom. But in this case, well, have you seen it yet?
Nope.
Have you seen it? Okay, so we actually get a chance to go see it in a few minutes for the first time. Please stick around and we're going to do that together. Now, I did cheat a little bit, and I haven't given you the invoice yet, but I told you the number. So take a look. This is Tim getting the final invoice for the first time.
We just go to the back page. That's the important one, right?
Yeah. Everybody skips right to the damn back page. They don't look at anything else.
Yeah. Because you already know what. God damn it. Frickin' paper. Jesus Christ, Dan.
I'm not sure how to take that. So,
It's fine.
okay, so the bill.
Yeah.
Look, was this cheap to build?
No.
No, it wasn't cheap to build. There was a lot of parts.
Mm-hmm.
There was a ton of custom fabrication. You realize that, let me explain what we started with was like 5 parts, and what we ended up with was a full vehicle, and we had to hand manufacture everything in between. The entire ass end of the frame was designed by us. The entire hood, the forward structure, the frame side, or all the sides of the front of the vehicle, the fenders were custom built. The box was custom built. The running boards were custom built. I mean, we literally had to custom build damn near every part of this truck. But in the end, you've seen the bill. Not low, but does it come close to what we talked about in the very beginning?
I would say right on the money.
Okay, so we sort of,
Yeah.
you know, at no point did you have a heart attack going, where the hell is this going? But
I didn't go in here disillusioned, you know. And,
that you were going to build a
something
one-off.
for nothing.
Yeah, and that's actually really important to understand is when you decide to take on a handmade custom, it you know, if you're trying to do it because you want to save money and pay less than you will to go buy a used car on Craigslist, you are doing the wrong thing. It is more expensive to build a custom by many times. So
You can't make chicken feed out of chicken shit.
that's right. All right, and by the way, Tim's a farmer.
I'm not a chicken farmer.
Yeah, okay, not a chicken
No.
farmer. You have a big farm, 6,000 acres.
No.
How many? 4,000, 3,000.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a small farm.
It's a small
3,000 acres. Yeah, okay. But
Up there, you know, but when, you know, there's one plant every, you know, 20 feet.
yeah. Now, so he has a big ass farm. And Jay, are you a farmer?
No, dirt contractor.
You're a dirt contractor. The
I
fuck?
help.
What the hell is a dirt contractor?
I move dirt for a living.
Okay, so
Heavy equipment.
do you guys ever work together on the same?
Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
I own part of the company.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you own part of it. All right, very cool. So, are you ready to go see for the first time this? Now here's, I do have sort of one caveat. We had to take a lot of license in order to figure out how to do things. Part of what Tim wanted was enough space. And by the way, Tim is not a small guy. And we went to dinner last night. He is not a quiet guy either. Found out we damn near got thrown out of the restaurant because about the 4th time everybody was staring at us. We had to go like, hey, Tim, man, you know, inside voice here. And by the way, he doesn't know what an inside voice means.
That was his inside.
Okay, that was his inside voice. So, so we had to build you a custom based largely on what I thought you might want, mostly based on conversations, right? You didn't give me drawings and say, build me this. You said, come up with something, and we certainly talked many times, right? But in the end, you really don't know exactly what's waiting for you out there.
No.
Okay,
No.
Shall we go out there and actually see it? Let's go do it. All right.
Right on.
So, we are really going out to see this for the very first time. I'm going to follow these guys out. Actually, I get to lead them out the other door because, you know, and by the way, I actually do like honesty. If there's something about it that he doesn't like, I'm kind of expecting him to say, what the hell were you thinking? So, we are now walking out.
I haven't even seen it. I'm going to say, what the hell were you thinking?
All right, so here we are. The vehicle is in front of them.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's perfect. I love the angle of that. That is gorgeous.
okay. So how close does this come color-wise, design-wise?
Design-wise, it's just exactly what we're talking about. Color-wise,
Exactly.
So-
I wasn't sure about the green, but the more, you know, started looking at colors.
All right, so this is sort of that Duesenberg thing. First of all, the bug eye headlights, what do you think of those? It took me 3 years to put together these headlights, and when I got the last one during the build, I knew that they would be perfect for this. I offered them to Tim. Hell, the damned headlights were just the lenses were, I don't know, $400, something like that, $500. But I offered them to Tim, and he said yes. Sal, what do you think
Yeah, I love them.
of those
are just
insane
perfect.
headlights?
I was kind of wondering, because I really like the flat, but this on here looks perfect. It gives it, you know, like I said, that period correct look.
All right, so we've got turn signals inside the headlights. We've got these amazing bug eyes. We've, of course, got this straight 8. Hang on, you got to see the straight 8 from the other side. Look at this motor. Look at those exhaust pipes all coming out. We ran it into a stainless steel channel that was hand-built, and right now we've got the exhaust capped off because you can open it up, and when you... Okay. See, when we were filming this for the show, we had to stop every time Heidi did that, which meant we had to stop about 50 times a day. We don't have to stop for Heidi anymore. So take a look, and somewhere back here, we've got an exhaust pipe that exits the back of the vehicle. So let me show you some of the really cool features. Now, if you don't like it, we can get rid of it, but we talked about rear bumpers, or the lack of. These trucks never came with bumpers.
Exactly, except for maybe those little bumperettes. But
And we can
I
put
don't
one.
like them. I like this a lot better.
Okay, so here, go ahead and let me show you a cool feature of the truck. You release this little latch right here, and you lift up,
Oh, okay.
and now,
There we are.
so whether you want to call it your dump truck or just access to filling it, you can see we've got a Ford 9-inch down here. There's the battery right there. So that is quick access to everything you'd ever want to get to in the back. And when you don't want it, of course, it's all finished underneath.
Fill the fuel up here.
Yeah. And just
No filler sticking out.
drop it into place. Now, notice we ran all of your lines
Yep,
sort of
that's what we were talking
to
about
fit.
before. Exactly.
So we actually finished, like all of these areas in here, you'll notice that the metal comes together and it doesn't leave you those wide openings that they sort of did back in the 20s
Yeah,
and
all
30s.
the fill-ins right here. Yeah.
Oh, cool tailgate system too. Now I just got to remember how to do this. I think it's that button and this.
Oh, perfect.
And you've got a tailgate release system that hides, and yet it looks very clean from the outside. No chains to
Mess
you know,
up the whole, yeah.
chafe all the paint. And of course
And jiggle.
it closes and latches. That's it. And your tailgate is locked in place. Now, some more cool features. We're going to check out the interior. Of course, this is all leather. Do you like how the color balances?
Exactly. You know, I was actually thinking about earlier, or lighter color, but I like this better.
Okay. So we did a hand, so the steering wheel was wrapped in leather. Of course, the door panels are leather. And to try and give some storage space, we've got these pockets that are kind of deliberately baggy to give you some space in the doors. Then, of course, we've got a compartment here for you.
Oh.
Okay. Then go ahead and pull out right there. Pull out, just reach in and pull this down.
Oh. There we go.
That's your drink cups, and quite honestly, very limited on real estate in here.
Yeah.
So that's a magnetic catch. So go ahead and pull that back up.
Oh, perfect.
You've got your dual power port sitting right here for anything you want. Now, pull the bottom of your seat forward and let go.
Ah.
Pull the back of your seat up.
Okay.
So what you've got under here is this is about the only storage space available in the truck. So we gave you everything you could have. So, you know, when you go somewhere, you've actually got places to put anything you might want, because even though you've got a bed, you probably don't want things rolling around there.
No.
So what I like about this, oh, and by the way, you know what these are for, right? See these right here? Yeah, these are for your ass. And you have no idea how important that is. In fact, that's the thing I want you to do is although these seats are relatively flat on top, they really sink in and give you much greater comfort. If we had given you a flat seat with only
Well,
2.5 inches of foam,
Because I'm big enough that we don't have a lot of room.
yeah, you would have called me up and hated me. So what we did was we made it in such a way that you actually have a comfortable seat. And notice your seat comes right back together with all that space hidden away. And the only thing you see are these the edges of the stainless steel hinges that come up right there, just enough to clear the back. All right.
Impressive, Dan. Very impressive.
Yeah, so what do you think? You build vehicles. You enjoy.
This is impressive. The workmanship in here is incredible.
Well, thank you. I mean the gaps, the paint work, the steel work.
We'll be discovering stuff for months when we start playing with it, crawling. Yeah. So, wow.
Yeah. Now you haven't seen the best part. Let's check out your cool engine because, all right. I'm going to let you guys do it. Reach in and there's a release lever on each side of the hood and then pop your hood up. Now, did you notice the bubble in your hood?
Yep.
So this is something, let me explain kind of what we had to do here. In order to make the hood not look like it's way up and sort of throw away the style, notice we slanted back your radiator. So did you notice that?
Yes.
So the
And
radi-
that's one of the first things I noticed that I really liked is because these are usually almost straight up and down.
Right. Okay, now you've got a prop rod. Pull your prop rod out right here. Okay. So now we're staring down the intake of this magnificent Buick Straight 8. Now, this was something you had done before you even came here.
Yep.
How many years had you been gathering parts and working on stuff like the engine before you even called me?
Oh, probably at least 2-3 years.
Okay, so this vehicle has been in build
Well, I
because
think the engine took over a year.
okay, I mean I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
So what we've got here is a very magnificent engine, and one of the things that I wanted to do for Tim was to not close off the engine. So we had to come up with a hood design that both worked for the car and worked for the engine simultaneously. So what we've done here is, Tim, if you go to a show and you pop the hood like that, do you agree that that's quite a nice viewpoint of the engine?
And in the sun, it'll even be better.
Yeah, so that was the whole goal here, was to work within sort of the space on the palette that we had. So we're showing this incredible engine off with this big sort of window frame that's around it. Notice the colors, the distributor cap is yellow to match the wheels, which does John Deere come to mind when you look at the color scheme?
Well, yeah.
No, it's
That's what we were kind of talking about.
so
What was the conversation? It was, okay, there's several different options, and I'm like thinking, yeah, I'm thinking John Deere green. And then that was about, I think, one of the last options you said. John Deere green was, or John Deere yellow, I mean.
right. So we balanced the yellow against the green, and to me, I think it works. So
It does.
some people, when I picked this color combination before, I got hate mail. What the hell is wrong with you, Dan? You're colorblind. But I got to tell you, I think it works. I really do think that works magnificently on the side of this car.
It does.
I think the leather interior, the engine, the style of the front of this, the interior, the simplicity of it, and at the same time, I think it's quite a beautiful interior. And it's functional, right?
And that's what we want.
So what do you think of the overall, like the most important part of a car is the same thing as when you look at a piece of jewelry. It almost doesn't matter what the carat weight or the cut is it brilliant? Does it have fire? Right, does it speak to you? Yeah. And so when I ask you about this truck, does this truck, the colors, the design,
doesn't almost do it justice, does it?
I don't think so. So, did we hit the mark?
Oh, yeah.
Is it as nice as you were hoping it would be?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Definitely.
I mean, that's
And Dan knows me, I'm not blowing smoke either.
Well, I mean, I actually want people to tell me the truth, because if there's something you don't like about it, I need to know it so I can deal with it, right?
Yep.
But
Exactly.
but when you look in the paint, when you look at just how clean it is to sort of see, I mean, look at the reflections that we're getting in the ceiling. You know, you can see all the wood planks, you can see the trusses coming in the paint. I mean, the paint looks as clean as the chrome does on the vehicle. You know, hang on. There, you can see my ugly ass face. There we are. That's me waving at the camera. So, all right. So we're going to shut down for a minute here, and we're going to get these guys ready to go out. It's actually, they're fortunate because yesterday the high was 23, but today we're almost 60 degrees. So it's actually not bad weather for cruising in a convertible. So we're going to get this thing fired up in just a few minutes.
Means that it actually has a top.
That's true. There is no. This is just an open top 1930 Model A pickup Roadster. So let me know what you think. For those of you who are on our Facebook, let me know. Did we do a good job? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Is the green good? Is the green bad? Of course, the yellow wheels will probably be a topic of conversation.
Either love them or hate them.
Right, and I got to tell you, Tim, I love them. I do.
I do too, yeah.
I think they are.
I was kind of thinking that it would almost be too much yellow real estate there, but it's not.
Well, you've got enough beauty ring, you've got enough cap, you've got enough wide white that I think it all actually came together really, really nicely. Yes. And by the way, what do you think of, you know, just the general like width of everything? We had to space.
That's what I was kind of wondering about too, whether it was going to be sticking in, whether the wheel would look small in the wheel well and stuff, but no, it looks fine. I mean, because, you know, when you have a permanent wheel well, and this moves up and down, you have to have clearance.
Yeah. You know, there is an art to designing. I mean, look, this is less of a truck and more of an artwork form, you know. So to me, it was like even the color of the wood. Do you notice that? Like, look, we could have done it in different styles of wood, but I wanted a wood that actually worked with the interior of the truck. I wanted that mild sort of saddle, you know, and not orange, but like a hint of that deep tan look to work together. It's enough of a contrast, yet it complements. So, and of course, folks, for those of you who don't know it, running boards on a vehicle like this are a decoration, not something you're supposed to take your muddy boots and step on. They're painted. So the running boards on the vehicle are paint matched into the vehicle like everything else. Of course, stainless steel hardware, chrome, the windshield actually kicks out, tilt column. I think it's time to take the beast out for a drive. You think we're getting close? All right, so we will be back with you in about 5 minutes and see if we can get these guys on the road. Okay, so these guys have now looked at the vehicle. They've they of course started the look with you guys watching, and at this point they have just spent another half hour going around it. So and honest, is there anything that you don't like about it? I know you don't like the red wires, so we're going to change those out to yellow wires, and you want the oil pressure hose or the oil filter hoses done in yellow instead of in black. So we're going to do that. But have you found anything about the truck that you don't like?
The price.
And I don't give a shit because
I know.
I'm going to ask him a question. And I agree. This is a lot of money, right? It was a lot of money. But do you think anybody else would have done this well for anywhere near this price?
I don't know. I've never had anybody do anything else.
Do you think?
Once, this one.
Okay, so do you? But
you know,
but-
as far as I've heard, no.
yeah. So look, I will never tell anyone that this is a cheap thing to do. It is not cheap to hand build a custom car. Okay, and anybody who thinks it is, well, they're delusional. They probably support Nancy Pelosi. So just to put in perspective, if you're delusional and you think Nancy Pelosi should be the Speaker of the House, you're AFU, and you probably know what that means. So I am not delusional. I know that building cars is expensive. So based on that, do you think that, did you get what you wanted?
I got exactly what I wanted.
Okay, so you're going to notice that we haven't, your starter, which just arrived yesterday, was put on, and we actually think there's too much metal, so we're going to machine it and shim it into place. But go ahead and pull your choke, because it's cold. Where is the choke on this thing? Hang on, I think it's down on the right side. Damn it, and Chris just left. Because Chris is the guy that drives this. Hang on. Yep, you've got a choke on this. And you do need to pull the choke to get it to run. I think it's down there. You're going to have to figure out where it is. We've got a choke lever.
Choke lever.
There is a choke under there somewhere. Yeah, it's a pull choke. Well, go ahead and let's try and fire it up without the choke. Just give it gas and
Pump it like an old hog.
Yeah.
okay. So we're going to let it warm up. There actually is a choke under there. We've got to figure out where it is. It's a pull lever. And so now it's quiet right now because we have the exhaust plate blocked off.
Yeah.
Are we going to pull the exhaust plate for you, or do you want to drive it with the exhaust plate on it or off it?
Oh, on it's fine. I mean, and then off, and then off.
I'll tell you what. Right now, this is as quiet as the beast gets. You can see our straight 8 is running. It's firing. Our exhaust right now is coming out of our hidden exhaust system. So I'll tell you what, you start it, take it out this way, and then we'll pull it off, because it is much, much, much louder without it. So I would let it warm up. This is a cold-blooded beast. Give it another minute, and then it's time to go cruising. Now, you guys, you're not wearing your seat belts, and you have seat belts. Do you want to wear your seat belts? I'm not their daddy. So, you have seat belts.
If I get in a freaking accident, really?
Don't get in an accident. All right. So, I think at this point, you know, you do know that you're going to have to feather it right now to get it to accelerate. Yeah, with 4 carburetors on it. There's 4 carburetors. Yeah, it is. And you've got it's the accelerator pumps that are, you know, being part of that. And of course, there's only 2.5 pounds of fuel pressure.
Yeah.
What? Give it some gas. Yeah, it's the accelerator pumps.
Okay.
Yeah, you're getting a ton of cold air.
No fuel.
And not enough fuel because of the way those Strombergs are set up. Yep. And who agreed to set up the Strombergs?
We did. No, he did.
That's right, he did. So he is our Stromberg guy. That's been my bone of contention with the motor since the beginning was the fuel system. I never loved it, but they agreed that they were going to set up the fuel system. So, you gonna take it? I think it's probably warm up enough that you can probably throw it in gear. Yeah, well, I mean, you've got to use the detent, right? But that's it. There's like 5 moments of truth with every vehicle you build, and of course this is one of them. All right, so all right, so they are off. I want them to go take it for a good drive. The one thing that they agreed to do was the fuel system. We didn't build the engine or the fuel system on the car. We did everything else. I'm not a super fan of the fuel system on the car. I think it's getting so much gas, it's causing problems. But they love the fuel system, so that was our agreement that they would dial in the fuel system. So back to you when they come back.